Welcome back, LEGO Classic lovers. This video is going to be the second in a series on this set. This is, as I cheat, this is 10682 LEGO Creative Suitcase. This is a set that came with 1,000 pieces. I did one video on this already, well two. I guess I did an unboxing. And then I built the safari animals from this, which are now falling apart because my son played with them. But you saw the elephant, zebra, there was a tree, a lion, a little guy. If you want to see the video on this, I'll link it up above. It was a fun one to do. In that video I said, what do you want to see me build next? Do you want to see this desert scene here, or do you want to see England? And everyone voted on this one. And here's a little better look at what we're going to be building. It's Big Ben, we got the guard, and then the double-decker bus. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. What I'm hoping is that I don't have to tear these things apart. I can keep them built, but I guess we'll see. Oh, there's a little giraffe in there too. Forgot to show that to you. Let's dump these out. As I mentioned in the last classic video, there are no instructions for this, so I'm just going to be simply using this photo as a guide to build this. So there's going to be some interpretation there, probably, although looking at the building, that's probably the only thing that I can't see 100% of, and I think we'll get it pretty close. Let's get started. Let's do the bus first. And after a fairly easy build, there is the double-decker bus. Show you all the angles of it in case you want to build this on your own. Not too many complicated pieces in there. A couple little slopes in there, and that's about it. Now that the bus is done, I think the next thing I want to build is going to be Big Ben. I don't think it's going to be a very hard build. The only thing that I have trouble with on these pictures on this box is telling how deep it is. Like, is that 3 deep or 4 deep? It looks to me like it's actually four deep back. So I think I'm building on this base plate because it's 8 wide. So I'm going to build on this and everything will be on top of that. And then the top of the clock is up there. So we'll get this one started. This one's going to take me a little bit of time, so we'll do this one in ultra fast motion to make it real quick for you. Oh my god, look at this spider back here photobombing me. Probably wants me to do a build for him now too. Anyway, we'll just let him be. Let's get this thing built. Here's the finished Big Ben model, mostly two-dimensional because as you see here on the front, it looks okay there. When you flip it around, not so much detail here or right up here. And I wanted to continue these roof pieces across the back, but I found out there were only 6 of them in the entire box, and I had to use 4 of them up at the top here. And that's where I spend a lot of my time, is just looking for pieces in this stack, only to find that they're not in there. So I end up using the guide here to try to find how many are in there, so I know I'm not wasting my time. But here's what it looks like. I think it's a decent build for a little small build using classic pieces. Not too bad. You have the clock faces, they go the whole way around. I like the peak on the top. Again, the back of it doesn't really look that great, and I ran out of these pieces too, so it kind of got down to the point where I was just trying to find what I could to build it. But from the front side, not too bad, and you'll have to be the judge. Does it match up really well? I think it looks pretty close at least, and if not, I got it about as good as you can get it. And now for the final build, we'll build the Royal Guard. And there's the guard all finished up. If you want to talk simple builds, there it is. Here's what it looks like from the back. Nothing too crazy there, but on the front, looks good. The only problem is I had to cannibalize my little safari guy, so this is what's left to him. And with that, my friends, that is the finished, I guess what I'll call the LEGO Classic London scene. Here is everything one last time. You got Big Ben, the Royal Guard, and of course, the double-decker bus built in all its glory. I think anyone could build these with the most basic pieces, or you could get something pretty close to it. I had fun with this build with the exception of looking for some very minor pieces out of a 1,000-piece set, so looking for them in that pile takes a little bit of time, but in the end it turns into something that's really nice, and I'm happy that I built this, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And lastly, I just want to wrap this video up by asking you which build you want to see next. I'm thinking that the Egyptian pyramid scene really isn't that popular, so let's flip it over here, and I'll give you the choice between these 3 scenes here. You've got the Outback scene with the kangaroo, the koala, and the zookeeper guy. You've got New York City, which is over here. You got the cabs and the skyscrapers, or you've got the Great Wall of China. Here's a little bit of a closer look. You decide what you want to build next, put it in the comments, and I will build whichever gets the most votes.